What are some of the biggest trends you've noticed so far here in 2014?
One trend that kind of stands out is we're seeing a lot of opportunistic buying. That's a function of two elements. One being that the properties that were considered somewhat distressed, maybe had heavy debt burdens, have kind of found their level in value, and that's being resolved. And I think there are buyers out there, businesses and investors, that are taking advantage of a good balance sheet.
What sectors maybe are growing more this year than they have in the past year or two?
Particularly land. That's being driven a combination of factors. We've seen some large businesses move into the area, and 2,000 jobs plus in the last year or so. That pushes growth, and land becomes highly desirable.
If you were to put a word or two to define the market here in Central PA, the commercial market, what would be that description?
Right now,
yeah,
dynamic, more so than it was maybe a year ago. And more activity, stronger negotiations, but the transactions are obviously falling down to an appropriate level.
This time last year, what would you have said?
This year would have said it was on the cusp of being dynamic. We weren't quite there yet.
As far as outside investors, their perception of the Harrisburg market or Central PA, their mindset versus where it was maybe a year or two ago.
We're seeing outside investors who have found that, for example, pricing in the major metropolitan markets is a little bit more than they can handle, looking really hard at our marketplace, both from a speculative perspective, although that's not quite as deep, but absolutely from an investment perspective. Perception is that this is a vibrant and strong market again, and we're seeing a lot of outside investor interest in our marketplace, which had been not the case a few years ago.